welcome you to the new episode of the Bandwagon.
Episode 11.
Episode 11, that's true. Glad that's me, partner E-Dub, and we got Mike Dreams in the building. Local rap artist, makes wonderful music. If you haven't checked it out, definitely take a listen at MikeDreamsMusic.com, right?
Yep.
We got some good stuff on there. So we're just going to go over some football this episode, basically fantasy football, Vikings, and that's pretty much it. So let's start off with the Vikings. Did you guys check out the Vikings preseason opener?
I checked out a couple hours of it and everything. And team looking nice. They didn't
decent.
They didn't pull the win through though. But
they lost, right? 20-3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a game. I mean, it wasn't like a real game, but it was just nice to see them come out on the field.
Yeah.
See McNabb out there. See how they looking and just see football back. That's number one. So I think it was real nice.
True.
Just to see them back on the field.
Definitely can't base it off of. Yeah, we definitely can't base us off of the preseason. They usually just have a lot of rookies out there, and the veterans come out for half a quarter or whatnot. So that's just a little sample of what's going to go on. I think McNabb's going to do very well this year. He's always been veteran, always been doing good with the Eagles and whatnot. How you guys feel about McNabb this year?
I think he's definitely going to be real dope. Other stuff I did catch, like he still has that agility, that still has that that ability to get out to the pocket and get those passes off. And he's like 34, I think now. So
yes, he's still got some speed on those old legs, don't he?
Yeah, I seen him get out the pocket on this one play. It was pretty nice to see that because with Brett Favre, you got a few seconds and he'd be out of there.
He'd be a wrap,
so just to see that he was able to get out the pocket, elude the rushers, and it was just nice. And I seen him throwing a lot to Kleinsaucer, and it's gonna be nice when we get Shanko back. He didn't play, and then of course Kyle Randolph. It's gonna be scary. I mean, just with the two tight ends, and you don't have to have like real great receivers with that type of.
That's true.
You got Harvin, you got Barron, you got a few other people out there, Michael Jenkins. So we'll see.
That's true. When you have a decent quarterback, you don't have to have elite wide receivers because they make it happen. As long as they don't drop the ball, you're gonna be good to go.
And must I say, Adrian Peterson,
the beast. He's always been a beast.
So that'll be nice.
He don't get injured.
Next preseason game will be Saturday. I can't wait to watch. Hopefully, I get a chance to watch this one.
Check that out.
Who we playing?
You knew. You know who we play?
Who?
Seahawks.
Ooh.
That might be the third game, but I think it might be Seahawks next game.
Seahawks. That's a nice sleeper team.
I think the third game is Cowboys.
Okay, yes. Then it's Seahawks just to see T-Jack and
Sydney.
Right.
Okay, that's going to be a nice
check that out. It's going to be a couple rivals right there, seeing T-Jack and Sydney. Yes, sir. What you think? I think Seahawks might get us though. What you think?
I don't know, man. I heard, like I was mentioning earlier, I heard how Sidney Rice was saying that Tavarius Jackson is going to do some things this season over there, but he didn't do any things when he was with the Vikes. So I guess we got to find out, man. But
we never gave him really much of a chance though here at the Vikings.
He had 5 years. I waited every 5 years, all 5 years.
It was a point to where he had that chance where where you come in and you take over and you prove yourself, and he missed that.
2009 playoffs against Philadelphia, he had a chance. He choked. He came back the next season. Of course, you ain't gonna get that chance with Brett Favre being the quarterback.
True. Exactly.
And so after that, he really lost the chance. They bumped him up to second string receiver or quarterback, and he had chances. So I wish him the best. I want him to see him do good, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna waste any more of my time.
You will? You don't think he got the skills?
I don't know.
If he does, that's gonna be real kind of bogus too.
Take him to the playoffs. Be like,
you in there 5 years in Minnesota, you couldn't do nothing. Went to the Seahawks and then took him.
Coaches makes a difference too. Sometimes different coaches.
Well, he got the same offensive coordinator.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, that's not that good.
What is his name? Bevel. He's the offensive coordinator for the Vikings. He was, now he's with the Seahawks. So it's gonna be the same philosophy, but we'll see.
Cool. So there's some teams to watch this year. We got to watch the Vikings and the Seahawks. So let's just give a quick prediction. How you guys think the Seahawks going to do this year, and how you guys think the Vikings going to do?
I say Seahawks pull a 10-6.
10-6.
I can see 10-6.
I can see that too.
And that's only if T-Jack, can actually play. If not, they might be 7-9
or something.
Yeah, but if because last year they was progressing, they made it to the playoffs. They made it pretty far, and they can keep that same steam. They got Sidney Rice and
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said about the same 10-6 Vikings. I don't know about the Vikings. I hope they can do.
I'm hoping they pull in 12. This is
12.
12.
I like this man. He's smart.
Nice. How about you say?
I was saying 10-6. You remember we was doing it the other day? And,
I said, what did I say? 7-9.
you said 6-10.
No,
6-10.
6-10.
Ain't that? No, that's not even cool.
Hey, I checked out the schedule. It didn't look too good.
Mm.
But let's move on to the next subject: fantasy football. We got a lot of sleepers.
No, you can't sleep this month, can you?
Man, I've been waiting for fantasy football
You've
for
been
months.
addicted, man.
Yes, I am, man. I had to do some research. But yeah, we got some overrated players, underrated players, couple sleepers, couple players to avoid and whatnot. So one of the couple sleeper players I'm just going to go over. I got Brandon Lloyd, 1,400 yards last year, 11 TDs. Some people say he had a lucky season. I think it was his 7th or 8th year. And he finally had a good season. So a lot of people are saying he had a lucky season, and they're thinking about avoiding him this year just because some players have the one good season and the rest of the career they're just done.
Yeah.
I think he might be one of those players. But with Kyle Orton back, I think he might be a nice little sleeper pick in fantasy football. I'll definitely put him on my roster. What you think, Elo?
Orton. I mean, he sees the amazement. He always, even though his team's not really didn't do real good, he still had like 40,000 yards passing. I'm like, what the heck?
That's
So,
true.
I mean, even when he was at Chicago, he was all right, but why not? I mean, if you could get Kyle Orton and then, of course, get him to throw to Lloyd like he's been throwing, then I think that Kyle Orton can make it happen, man.
Yeah,
I don't know how many games they're going to win, but he gonna definitely be passing all
they
games.
only won like 3 games last year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not.
Dang, that sucks. I had Brandon Lloyd on my team last year, but I had him on the bench most of the time. I had Roddy White, Greg Jennings, and Reggie Wayne, so I could never really start him.
Mm.
But we'll see what he does this year. A couple more sleepers I got on here: Marshawn Lynch, Seahawk, Greg Olsen, Daniel Thomas, and Braylon Edwards. How you guys think Braylon Edwards going to do? He signed a 1-year contract with the 49ers, so he basically, I think he has to have a good season if he wants to get paid down the line.
Yeah.
And he's really their only good receiver other than Vernon Davis. What you guys think about Mr. Braylon Edwards?
I think Braylon Edwards, he's needed because Crabtree, he was getting injured. He got injured, and so they need an outside receiver. He's pretty tall, so I think he'd be able to stretch the field. And then, of course, like you said, they got Davis. So Davis is a tight end. Of course, he's gonna bring the safeties with him. So it may be some one-on-ones with Braylon, and you never know. But the quarterback situation, who's their starting quarterback? I'm not too sure.
Is it Alex Smith?
Alex Smith, but it's been a carousel ever since. I'm not even too sure. They should have got who did they had a chance to get? Do you know?
Talking about a rookie?
No, the quarterback when they got Alex Smith.
Kevin Cobb? Who?
He's a Packer now. Aaron Rodgers.
They had a chance to pick him up?
Aaron Rodgers, he slipped to 25th in the draft. They picked him like 1 or 2. So, I mean, that would have been a better pick, but I don't know.
Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers. Dang.
That's,
Some of these picks be crazy. You're like, whoa.
24 other teams picked him, went over him, so they kicking themselves right now.
That's true, but when drafting those players, you never know what to expect. Some people good in the college and they get in the NFL and they garbage. And
Hey, the
some-
Vikings got Troy Williamson over. We could have had.
Over who?
Oh, we picked him 7th in the draft that year.
Dang.
Yeah, that's when we traded away Randy Moss and.
Man, that Christian Ponder pick, man, I don't know about that one either. That was just
Nah,
picked
that's
up,
different, man.
But let's get back to a little
That's
fantasy.
different,
That's a
no.
little crazy. I don't know about that bump. But overrated overrated players. I got one of the top 3 ranked football players. I've got Aaron Foster is overrated. When his lead blocker, Vonta Leach, he's a pretty good blocker. He led Aaron Foster to get 2,000 plus yards and 16 TDs last year, but now he's on the Ravens. So I think Ray Rice is a nice little sleeper. I mean, he's still going in the first round, but I think Ray Rice he could be top 2 this year. And Arian, I don't know if I want him on my squad, man. He's going like top 3, but now that he lost his lead blocker, and like I was saying earlier, the players have good seasons one year, and he could be one of those players. What you guys think about Mr. Foster?
I gotta see it happen again. I'm not gonna believe it, especially with his running back leaving or his fullback leaving. It's like when Vikings had Tony Richardson fullback, he made big holes, and then they got Tahi and Adrian Peterson
fell off a
tiny bit. He had to figure out how to deal with the man in his face. So I think having to leave blocker may hurt him, and plus he only did it 1 year. I gotta see a little bit more.
True, he came out the woodworks though. I was like, dang. And I had him with my team here, and I traded him
for a bag of chips.
Second week, I traded him for Mike Turner because I was like, man, he ain't gonna do good.
That's funny. Man, after that one big game, everybody wanted him.
Yeah, I thought I can get a nice pick, but I ended up with Turner, and he screwed me. I don't want Turner again. Forget that.
Tired of getting screwed.
This guy, funny face.
You should have traded with me, man.
You would have took him.
I would have took you. Right. I tried to take him. You traded with the. Never mind. That's different. I wanted to get
a first round running back for man. Another overrated player I got on here. It's my favorite player, man. You know my favorite player is. You should know that
Victor. Michael
Vick. Yeah, man. I think he's gonna be good this year, but the way he runs, man. He doesn't dive like he should. He be trying to run over people like he's a running back or something. He might get injured this year. I don't know if I want him with my team.
Hey, you know they said watch out for Vince Young. Vince Young might be behind him and
that's true.
Pushing him down or something to get his spot. He said, I came here to compete. What? You came here to be a backup quarterback. What you mean to compete?
Vince Young got skills, though. You know?
He do. I heard he did a great job in the preseason game when they played. He did.
I didn't see it, but I know he got talent. And if Vic get injured, Vince Young is a hell of a backup.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely take Vince Young for a backup. But Vic, in fantasy football, I've been doing a lot of mock drafts, and he's going like first round. I've seen him go first overall a lot. First overall.
Pick?
Yes.
Mike Vick?
Yes. That's crazy.
Well, when you consider he could pass and he could run, he had, 13 rushing touchdowns last year?
9.
9 rushing. For a quarterback, he had over 600-700 yards rushing.
He had about 700 yards rushing.
That's crazy.
9 touchdowns.
And 21 passing TDs. So
yep,
that might be
justified.
Crazy.
He didn't even play all 16 games either.
What he had, like 14 games?
He had like 14 games. He didn't start them all either. They had Calvin Cobb a little bit, and he got injured, but he came back though. Cause I remember I had him and Kevin Cobb. I was like, Sometimes they played one and sometimes they played the other.
He played that game and you got popped off, man.
Man, but I was reading this article about Michael Vick. It was crazy. They said if he would have played all 16 games from the rushing yards and touchdowns that he had, he would have been almost better than the number one running back. They said he would have averaged like 13 touchdowns and like at least 1,000 yards rushing if he would have played all games.
So, Vlad, how would you set up your draft? I mean, when you pick who would be your 1, 2, 3 third round players?
Third round or first round?
1, 2, 3. 1 through 3.
1, 2, 3, first round.
Like, would you pick 3 quarterbacks? What would you be your scheme?
Oh, man. I'd rather stick with my usual. I go running back, wide, wide receiver. And fourth one, I usually pick up a running back, a little sleeper.
Try to trick me, man. You said 2 running backs in first 2 rounds.
Nobody in our league is watching this. Don't be trying to take my picks. So, yeah. I mean, but running back that I definitely want to have this year is Ray Rice, man. I think he's going to be he's a beast. Man, especially since McGahee's gone too. He's going to be top 2, I think, if he doesn't get injured. So, a couple more before we head out. Underrated players. I got Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. I got another Patriot, Gronkowski, Ocho Cinco, another Patriot, and Flacco. So I was talking to you earlier about Mr. Gronkowski, the tight end for the Patriots. You remember how many touchdowns he had last year?
10.
10
touchdowns, rookie.
Was
it his rookie year?
I think it's his second
year. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Considering, that it was just him. I mean, not just him, but they had a pretty spread it out offense. He did Brady, of course, quarterback, and for him to be the target, and he's not like the quickest, fastest, player. So it's pretty crazy. I think that's gonna be my sleeper and my pick this year.
Gronkowski. He's ranked like 15th for tight ends.
He's picking
That's crazy. So yeah, man, that's a lot of good information we got for fantasy football. We're probably going to have to bring some more fantasy football for next episode because there's a lot of stuff going on and we want to get some more details out there. But I would definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, checking us out, checking out E-Dub, my buddy Mike Dreams, and me, See you next episode.